Welcome back to the program. So a lot of these governors, like Pritzker and of course KKK Hobbs and the Chinese girl in Massachusetts, they have all said that they're not going to work with ICE. They're not going to work with Border Patrol. They're not going to work with the Trump administration. They're not going to work with anyone trying to deport these illegal aliens. Well, I have some news for these folks. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you say, because the federal government is in charge of federal immigration policy. Therefore, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get run over by Tom Homan and ICE and the rest of the Department of Homeland Security, because they are going to go in to your cities and they're going to extract these criminal illegal aliens, and they are going to do mass deportations. And there's literally nothing you can do about it, Hobbs. There's nothing you can do about it, Pritzker. There's nothing you can do about it, whatever that other idiot's name is, okay? You're just going to have to sit back and take it, because that's just the way it works, all right? Now, if a state governor refuses to cooperate with the federal government on deporting illegal immigrants, the federal government has several legal and constitutional tools at its disposal in order to use to make sure that it happens. The federal government does not have the power to directly command state officials or state law enforcement to remove these illegal aliens. However, there are a few key mechanisms that it can use to enforce federal immigration law and address a governor's refusal to cooperate. Okay? So here it is. Federal Enforcement of Immigration Laws, DHS, and ICE. Federal agencies, the primary responsibility for enforcing immigration law falls to the federal government. Notably, the Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and Customs and Border Protection. These agencies can take direct action. Let me repeat that. They can take direct action, including apprehending and deporting illegal immigrants without state or local cooperation. It is law, and there's nothing that these governors can do about it. So, if you're going to try to block it, well, you're just going to get run over. You're going to get run over. So you might as well just realize that you have no power, you have no authority, and you have no way to stop the mass deportations that are going to happen. Okay? So let's get that out. And we can also cut off funding to all of these cities, these sanctuary cities. We can cut off funding. And trust me, Doge and Elon and the rest, they are looking for ways to cut money. They're looking for ways to, solve our national debt. And if we don't have to give money to Illinois and Massachusetts and Arizona because they're not cooperating, well, guess what? They're all going to get in line right away, and they're going to cooperate. Okay? That's what's going to happen here. So keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about some other good things that happened today. So this whole thing about counting illegal ballots in Pennsylvania, it's over. Goodbye. See you later. Dave McCormick is your senator from Pennsylvania. Why? Well, because the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ordered all county board of elections to comply with ruling and stop counting illegal ballots effective immediately. Any undated ballot will be removed from Bucks County's voting totals. As I told you, no problem, nothing to worry about. So we have 53 seats in the Senate. Add Vance on top of that, we have 54 votes in the Senate. We should have had 58 with Vance because they stole 4 seats from us. Maybe they'll do some investigations into that. Hopefully they will. But anyway, so I wanted to kind of point that out. And honestly, I think that there is going to be some investigations, especially because of President Trump's good buddy and friend. This guy has been friends with President Trump for over 50 years. And no, I'm not talking about Rudy Giuliani, although he's a good guy as well. And he's been friends with President Trump for a very, very, very long time. No, I'm talking about somebody that actually went. I'm scrolling and talking at the same time, so we don't have any dead space here. This is one of the tricks of the trade as I'm looking for what I'm looking for. But this is somebody that actually went to school with President Trump at the military academy. So I don't know if that was high school or if that was junior high school. Here it is. I found it already. Lead Trump attorney from Florida launches surprise forensic voter roll audit for GOP candidates, ready to expose voter fraud. In a bold and strategic move, Florida attorney Peter Tickton, a close ally of President Donald Trump, has unveiled a powerful new forensic voter roll audit designed to uncover voter fraud and empower Republican candidates to challenge the results of contested elections. Tickton, a longtime Trump supporter and lead local counsel in the pivotal case Trump versus Clinton, is spearheading this initiative to assist GOP candidates who suspect that there have been irregularities in their recent election outcomes. Tickton and his team have developed sophisticated tools combined with top-tier AI-powered skip tracing technology to analyze voter rolls in counties across the nation. These advanced methods are specifically designed to identify ineligible voters, duplicate registrations, and other irregularities that have plagued our election system. The findings from these audits will arm GOP candidates with inescapable evidence to challenge fraudulent results and secure their rightful victories. In a statement issued by Peter Tickton, he emphasized the significance of this initiative. If there were illegal voters, we should be able to identify them and then work with our lawyers to provide a basis for challenging the incorrect results. Tickton's team has been preparing for this effort for months, recognizing the critical need to address vulnerabilities in the electoral process, a lifeline for GOP candidates. Republican candidates who suspect foul play in their recent election losses, like all four in the Senate, especially Kari Lake, are being urged to act quickly. Time is of the essence, and Tickton's team is standing by to collaborate with qualified experts to uncover the truth and ensure transparency. Candidates are asked to contact Tickton's office directly at 561-232-2222. 561-232-2222 to initiate the process and begin analyzing the voter rolls in their states. Peter Tickton's long-standing relationship with President Trump, which dates back to their days at the New York Military Academy, underscores his deep commitment to election integrity as a key figure in President-elect Trump's ongoing legal battles. Tickton's efforts are a significant step toward holding the left accountable for their misconduct and voter fraud ways. Then there's a picture of Peter David Tickton. They call him Doc, from Mount Vernon, New York. And then right next to Donald John Trump, DT, Jamaica, New York. So this is somebody that went to high school, or maybe even earlier than that, military school with President Trump. He's known President Trump. I said 50 years. It's probably 60 years, okay? And he's a wealthy Florida attorney, and he's putting his money where his mouth is. And so I encourage Kari Lake, Mike Rogers, Eric Hove, Sam Brown, contact this person and challenge the results of your Senate races, because I can guarantee you they were stolen from you. So it's just a matter of whether or not they want to do it. Here's a lifeline to challenge the recounts and the votes. Hopefully they'll do it. So I wanted to touch on that. And then there is this. Well, there's a couple of other things, but I really want to get into this one right here. Where is it? Here it is. So I told you that the entire country, or 49 out of 50 states, moved 4.8 percentage points to the right. Okay? To the right. My right is left on camera. Anyway. And then in the swing states, it wasn't as pronounced. It was like 3.1%, but it was still a decent amount. However, looking at the data from the election, the top 10 states that moved furthest to the right are as follows. New York. That's right, New York. The town's so nice they named it twice, right? New York moved 11.5 percentage points to the right. Let that sink in. New Jersey, my original stomping grounds, moved 10.1 percentage points to the right. Florida, which was already Trump country, which is already not a swing state, moved an additional 9.8 percentage points to the right. Even Massachusetts, or Taxachusetts as we like to call it, moved 8.7 percentage points to the right. California moved 8.4 percentage points to the right. Texas, which was already Trump country and was already not a swing state, and Trump was going to win it by 5, 6, 7 points. He ended up winning it by even more than that. Texas moved 8.3 percentage points to the right. Mississippi, which is obviously a Trump state, he probably won it by 30 points or 40 points is what they normally would win Mississippi by. Even Mississippi went another 7.7 percentage points to the right. Rhode Island, that's right, Rhode Island. We've got a couple of fans there in Rhode Island. Rogers from Rhode Island, a few others. Rhode Island moved 7 percentage points to the right. Tennessee, already a Trump state. Trump would have won it no matter what. Even Tennessee moved 6.5 percentage points to the right. And finally, Illinois. Illinois moved 6.4 percentage points towards the right. This is amazing numbers. These are incredible numbers. If these numbers continue to hold and they continue to grow by 2, 3, 4 percentage points to the right, eventually, maybe by 2028, you could have New York, New Jersey, Illinois, probably not California, but you could have some of these states, Virginia, probably, Minnesota, certainly. These could be reliable red states. If I was to make a guess, I would say Virginia, Minnesota, New Hampshire, and then I would probably say New Jersey. Okay? I think realistic, those four in particular, possibly by 2028, will be red states if this holds up. New York, we'll see. 11.5 percentage points is quite a bit. Don't think it's not. It is. But some of these other states, they're going to take a little bit longer. They're going to take till 2032 or what have you. But who knows? Look, Scott Presler is camping out in New Jersey, right next door to Pennsylvania, because he wants to turn New Jersey red for the 2026 midterms. So our ground game and get out the vote operation has likely forever been changed because of Turning Point Action and Early Vote Action. So they did such an incredibly amazing job that it's now like a blueprint moving forward for presidential campaigns and midterms, and I think that's awesome. So, wanted to cover that. What else? Georgia, Fani Willis's case is pretty much almost gone, so that's another thing that I wanted to cover on that as well. And then, let's see here. Whoops. Here we go. Here it is. Okay. So it's interesting that, I don't know, a week ago at least, I started talking about the Federal Vacancies Act. So here, let's give you a little bit more background. Do you remember the actor Fred Thompson? Fred Thompson was a character actor. He was in Cape Fear with Robert De Niro. He was in The Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood. I don't know. He's been in quite a few different movies. Well, after his movie career, he decided to run for the Senate in Tennessee. And he ran for the Senate in Tennessee and he won. And he introduced, that's right, he introduced in 1998 the Federal Vacancy Reform Act, which, by the way, was signed by who? That's right, Slick Willie. A Democrat, Bill Clinton, signed it into law. I've already explained what it does, right? It allows someone to serve without being confirmed up to 210 days or 7 months without a confirmation. Well, here we are about a week later, and finally, either someone's watching my show from the Trump campaign, or they're just coming around to it now. Because now there's articles out there. President Trump has already told Majority Leader Thune that Matt Gaetz can be appointed, and the rest of these people can be appointed using the Federal Vacancies Act. Okay? So it's interesting that I talked about that a few days ago, and now it's all over the media. They're all talking about it. So it's great. And I think this right here is somebody talking about it on Bannon's War Room. Let's see what they say here.
Told Senate Majority Leader Thune that if Matt Gaetz is not confirmed by the Senate, he will appoint him using the Federal Vacancies Reform Act of 1998.
There it is. Just like I said about 4 or 5 days ago. Look, I don't know if Trump is watching directly. Probably not. But I can assure you that some of his people are. There's no question about it. They have to be. Because I was the one that was talking about it for about 4 or 5 days now. But anyway, so that's great. That's good news. That means that everybody's on board and they all understand. So Mitch McConnell, the turtle from Kentucky, can suck it because he came out and said that we're not going to do recess appointments. Sorry, we don't need to hear from you anymore, Mitch. Okay? It's sad that we have to wait until 2026 to retire your turtle ass. But unfortunately, that's what we have to do. At least we don't have to deal with you as majority leader anymore. So that's good. But no one cares what you say. You're irrelevant. You're like a fart in the wind. Nobody even heard it or cares. Okay? That's what you are. And so the fart in the wind, we don't need to hear from you. Rick Scott has already said there's going to be recess appointments, and he's not even, he should be, but he's not even the majority leader. And Thune said that he will do whatever he can to push through President Trump's nominations as quickly as possible. And by the way, Mike Johnson also said that he supports Gaetz 100%. All right? So this notion that he has to be confirmed and all this other bullshit, that's what it is. Okay? So let's move on. Now, Trump's transition team is compiling a list of current and former U.S. military officers for possible court-martials. That's right. Maoist Millie, Lloyd Austin, I'm sure you two are right at the top of the list, but there's quite a few more as well. But anyone having to do with the disastrous pullout in Afghanistan, look for a court-martial, okay? Because you've earned it. All right, next, I wanted to cover this last thing because I think this is so awesome, and I heard about this the other day. Let me see, where is it? Blah, blah, blah. No, that's not where it is. Is it over here? No, it's not there. Where did it go? Okay, hang on. I'll find it here in just a second. But anyway, it was so cool because what it showed was that 1 in 5 people are getting their news not from the news sources anymore. They're getting it from social media. They're getting it from family members, and in particular, they're getting it from conservative-leaning media. Let me see if I can find this little article here real quick. And let's see here. Where is it? Come on now. I gotta find it. I'll find it. I'll keep looking for it. But anyway, so the article talked about 1 in 5 And they said in the article, which I'm hopefully going to find here in just a second, it talked about how they were ending up moving to the right with their normal news, basically is what they were saying. So let me see if I can find it here. Come on, where is it? Thought I had it up. This is why I do this and I do it live. Oh well. We'll find it here in just a second. The Haitians, by the way, are moving out of Springfield, so I guess apparently they are no longer eating the dogs and eating the cats. So that's good, right? Because we all know that they were. I mean, I saw video after video after video of just the most disgusting behavior. I mean, these people were just behind alleys, and they basically were just ripping the heads off of kittens and just eating them and skinning them. I mean, it was just so disgusting. And for anyone to say that they were not doing that is just ridiculous, because clearly they were doing that, and it's just so gross. But I'm glad that these people are self-deporting. That's one thing, that they're ending the TIP program, which was like a kind of like a free handout type of thing, and so they are ending that. And a lot of these people are just leaving. They're just realizing that, hey, the party's over. We got to start eating cats back in Haiti, and we're not going to be eating any more cats in Ohio anymore, and that kind of thing. So there it is. But I'm like trying to find this one thing, and I can't seem to find it. Where the hell is it? Where are you? I am trying to find this thing. This was the last thing I wanted to cover too. And why can't I find it? I can't find it because I need to find it right now. That's why, right? Isn't that always what happens? You're looking for something and you think you know where it's at, and then you find out that you can't find it. So that's the worst, but here, I'll find it. I know it's right here somewhere. I just got to find out where it is. Come on, where are you? Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh boy. Okay, well, I don't know where it is. It was a really good story too, and I was hoping that I was going to be able to find it. But new data points, no, that's not it. Let me see, where is it? Where is it? I don't know where the hell it went. Where did it go? I could have sworn I had it. I guess I don't have it. Okay, anyway. If I find it, I will bring it up next time. But that really does suck, because I was hoping to find it. While I'm still looking for it, actually I can talk about one other thing here, I guess. There's been leaks that are coming from the Trump transition team. I think anybody understands that that is actually happening. And apparently, Elon Musk called out one person who I guess he thinks it could be. I'm not shocked at the fact that this person is being thought of as the person that could be the one that's leaking. And his name is Boris Epstein. I actually interviewed him a long time ago, but he got into some trouble for a while there, and I think he was threatened with jail, and I don't know what he did. He did something, and he was in trouble with a bunch of stuff going on. And I don't know why he's still close to President Trump, but apparently he is. And he could be the one that is possibly doing the leaking. I don't know for sure. I'm not in the room. I'm not with these people all the time, but it is certainly a possibility. So, I don't know. We don't want to see what happened, obviously, in 2016, where they were leaking, and then all of a sudden there was a setup, and somebody was in there, and they knew what everything was going on, and they were talking to all these different people, and we don't need that to happen ever again. So I don't know. President Trump, I'll tell you what he ought to do while I'm still looking for this thing. I'm just shooting off the cuff here right now because I'm trying to find this thing. What he ought to do is he ought to just bring everybody into a conference room and just MF them and just say, look, I don't know who it is. If I find out who it is, I'm going to tell Matt to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. And he needs to kind of lay down the law, so to speak, so that people understand that they're not going to do what they did last time, which is have everything leaking like a sieve and doing all these crazy things to undermine President Trump. That cannot happen. That cannot happen again, and I really hope that it does not happen. But somebody is leaking, because when they did the story, I think it was Axios or whatever, they said, according to somebody in the transition team. So they actually said that in the article, which to me is terrifying, because that means that there's a mole that is inside, and we don't know who it is and what they did, and we've got to figure out who they are. So I think President Trump ought to definitely do something like that, where he actually puts everybody on notice. So anyway, I don't know where this thing is. I can't find it. I tell you what, if I do find it, I'll just add it into the comment section, because I don't want to sit here with my thumb in my ass any longer. So anyway, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.